Hello there, this is the Shallow Ranger. Gonna answer a quick question that I got sent. This is from BlackRock316. It says a question about Kurt Angle's future as TNA champion and storyline wise. Now that Kurt Angle got arrested for the second time with the DUI, what do you think is gonna happen since he is the TNA World Champion? Say you are in charge of TNA, what would you do with Kurt Angle as far as storyline wise going into this week's pay-per-view and Bound for Glory pay-per-view? And keep in mind that he has to go to court for the DUI charges. What does that say for the world title picture? Alright, that's a good question. Thank you for sending it. BlackRock316 always sends me good questions, so thank you very much. Continue to do so, please. Kurt Angle. Oh my goodness. They find themselves in a bind because they just fired Matt Hardy. Eric Bischoff was on Monday Night Mayhem yesterday. He got asked about that since, about the whole Matt Hardy thing and then Kurt Angle both getting DUIs. He says, the Matt Hardy thing was sort of the last straw because Matt had been, showing up to shows impaired, no showing events, and showing up to shows late. He's done a lot of other stuff that the company was really upset with him about. With Matt Hardy, this was kind of like the last straw. Kurt Angle really has not done anything that affected him on the show. That's the difference. Kurt Angle, everything Kurt Angle's gotten in trouble with has gotten him in trouble outside the show. Kurt Angle has yet to do anything where the show was hurt for him because of him. He's not like Matt, who would show up late and not show up and show up impaired. He wasn't like Jeff. Well, we all know what happened with Jeff. We ain't got to get into that right now. But the things they did affected the show. Kurt Angle's gotten DUIs before. He's had personal issues, but he's never done anything where the show was hurt because of what he did. He's gotten DUIs before, even when he was champion, but when it's time to go to work, he shows up on time. He never shows up to work impaired or drunk or high. He gets in the ring. He puts on great matches. So I'm of the opinion that I don't have a problem with him remaining world champion as long as what he does hasn't messed up their show. And it hasn't. This isn't going to affect the show. Kurt Angle will still be at the pay-per-view on Sunday, and whatever he's supposed to do at the pay-per-view, he will be there to do. Now, I don't think he's not scheduled to wrestle on the pay-per-view. So, until this affects the show, they really don't have to do anything to him. I really don't have a problem with them leaving the belt on him and continuing business as usual. Now, the flip side of that is, does it set a bad precedent? Now, I'm of the opinion, do your stuff, what you do on your own time is really none of the company's business. As long as what you do isn't affecting the show, then we really don't have to worry about it. But at the point where Kurt is not showing up to work and working at the level that he's expected to work at, then I would say, okay, we got to do something. So I personally don't think that they really need to do anything to Kurt. Some people say, well, it makes the company look bad. At this point, TNA has had enough stuff to make the company look bad. Hell, they got past the Jeff Hardy thing. Once the Jeff Hardy thing happened, the Victory Road stuff, after that, you can do anything. It doesn't hurt the company. There's no one who was going to buy a ticket to the show or was going to watch the show or was going to order a pay-per-view who is now because Kurt Angle got a DUI, is now not going to. The people who get mad about this were people who weren't going to buy tickets or watch or order a pay-per-view anyway. So it's not going to hurt the company business-wise. So really, as for Kurt Angle staying champion, I don't have a problem with it. Now, if you want to do something, if you are going to get rid of Kurt Angle, like suspend him for this, just to say, well, we fired Matt Hardy after he got DUI, so we need to do something to you just to, do things right. Okay, suspend him. Now, when you suspend Kurt Angle, it's when do you suspend him? And that all depends on how much of Bound for Glory has been booked around Kurt Angle. because we're expecting him to be the champion and being in the main event defending the title. If they already have it planned for him to lose the title at Bound for Glory, suspend him after Bound for Glory. Don't change a thing. Keep it going. No surrenders this week. Then you got like 4 weeks and then Bound for Glory. If the plan is already for him to drop the belt at Bound for Glory anyway, do it business as usual. Don't change a thing. Have him drop the belt. After he drops the belt, go ahead and suspend it for 30 days or so, and let that be it. If they want to suspend him before Bound for Glory, if they feel okay, we have to do it now, and we're not gonna have him at Bound for Glory, what do you do with the title? I would go with the simple, tried and true method. I say play it safe. Put the title on somebody safe, which to me, the safest person you go with is AJ Styles. AJ is a safe pick. Fans love AJ. He's reliable. He's dependable. He always puts on great matches. He's a credible champion. He's the longest reigning champion in history. You never go wrong with putting that belt on AJ. You can always put that belt on AJ. That's always an option. You can put it on somebody that's surprising. Someone surprised would be Samoa Joe. Christopher Daniels would be a surprise. Those would be ones that the fans really liked, so you have that option to go with. Don't put it on Sting. That's the only person I would say do not go back to Sting in this one. That would be the only bad move, is going back to Sting on it. AJ is your safe bet. If I was gonna take the belt off Kurt and put it on somebody, I would go to AJ. He's the safe bet. He's main evented Bound for Glory. Fans love him. He's a credible champion. You come from out of nowhere. How do you set it up? Well, hold on a second. If I'm going to go through this, then that counts as fantasy booking. And if that's going to count as fantasy booking, I need to give my disclaimer. I am in no way saying that I can write or book wrestling better than the writers or bookers of any wrestling organization. These opinions are mine and mine alone, and only represent something that I would personally find entertaining. Okay, now I got the legal out of the way. If you're gonna go with AJ Styles, I would do the classic Battle Royal. You go with the whole network thing, which the one good thing about the whole network is that you can use it as an excuse to do just about everything. It's kind of lazy booking, but it's an easy out for just about anything you ever want to do. As long as you have that angle going, you can do anything you want just by saying the network wants us to do it. Some people say that's lazy booking, and it kind of is, but if you're doing it, use it to the extent, because there's only so much you can get out of this whole network angle. So here's where I go with the network. Want something big. Okay, they're gonna have that Flair versus Sting match on Impact in a couple of weeks. I think it's next week or the week after. Network says that's a big match, two legends colliding. We want to add something more to that episode. We want a title match. We want a title match, right? We want a world title match. So, alright, the network wants it to be a world title match on that same episode. So what we're gonna do tonight, say next week, you say what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna have a battle royal. The winner is champion. You have AJ win the battle royal, and then at like the beginning of the episode, here's how we'll do it. The battle royal is going to be you announce it on next week that the network says that they want a big match, so we're going to have they want to have a world title match on the show. So this week, or you can even do it at No Surrender if you want to change it around and say we got to have a battle royal. We're going to have a battle royal to open the show, make it a 15, maybe 20 man battle royal, and have The last two guys in the ring in the battle royal. Sorry, let me start over. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, what they say is we're gonna have the network wants a world title match. We'll have a number one contenders battle royal tonight. We're opening the show with We're gonna open the show with a number one contenders battle royal, and then the winner will then face Kurt Angle for the title in the main event that night. You have the battle royal, make it a 20-man battle royal. Have the last two guys in the battle royal be AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Actually, have the last three guys be AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Christopher Daniels, and once it's down to those three, let them go at it for a few minutes. Because we've seen the 3 ways they do. Let that go for a few minutes. Then Daniels gets eliminated. Then AJ manages to eliminate Joe. AJ celebrating. Joe is pissed. Joe's been trying to take people out. Joe jumps back in the ring. Smacks AJ with a chair. Then he starts beating AJ down, gives him a muscle buster, puts him in the chokehold a little bit, and hurts AJ bad. The ref's got to pull Samoa Joe off. AJ is messed up bad. Then you have Kurt Angle and Hogan come out and say, AJ, you won your number one contender, but screw waiting till later. You're getting your title shot right now. So Kurt Angle comes out like the big heel. AJ's down. Then they get in the ring. AJ's the big underdog in the match because he just went through a grueling 20-man battle royal, and then he got beat down with a chair by Samoa Joe. He's barely got anything. AJ pulls off the upset win with a roll up from out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. AJ's a new champion. AJ main event's Bound for Glory with whoever wins the Bound for Glory series. You put say Robert Roode won the series, so you do Robert Roode and AJ Styles for the world title, and AJ wins. There you go. That's just a short version. I'm sure if I sat and thought more, I could come up with something better. But that's just a quick short version of what you can do with it. But getting back to your question as a whole, there's plenty of guys they could transition that belt to with simple storylines. Anybody that's been a former champion you can put the belt on. You can put the belt on Abyss, AJ. He's believable. Joe's believable. Anderson is believable. RVD is an option. Sting, although I think that would be a bad move. Samoa Joe, you can always go to. They could really cause some controversy and go with Jeff Hardy. I think that would be really messed up. Matt Morgan's always an option. If you want to go with, I think I'm going with AJ because AJ's the safe pick. He's the safe pick. But there's plenty of other guys you can go with and put the belt on. So, anything else I want to say? No, I think I've answered that. So I'll leave it there. BlackRock316, thank you for the question. Anyone else have any questions they'd like me to answer in a video? Just send them to my inbox. But I gotta get ready to go. I gotta be back at work in less than half an hour. So. This is the Shadow Ranger. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.